They took that out. They had a problem with it.
That's a shame.
Subscribe to the podcast, KFC Radio on YouTube.
Bang.
All right, let's get into it.
I'm here for the drama.
Yeah, are you?
Sure.
Are you one of those? Like, do you like...
Yeah, it's so much better working at an office with drama. I love it.
Do you... I feel like you... I mean, I follow you on social media, and I feel like you don't get into the drama.
No, but I like seeing it.
Yeah, you like to watch it from a distance. Yeah.
It's fun.
The drama will slowly kill you. Deep down.
Yeah, but watching it at work makes the day go by. For sure. I love it.
Well, what's like a job in the past that you've had prior to the comedy world?
I worked in a law office, so there's a ton of drama there.
Yeah.
That was fun.
How long did you do that for?
7 years. So it was a law office and also a collection agency. Is this live now? I don't even. I don't know what we're doing.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
I have no idea what we're doing. I'm like, am I talking to this and I'm not supposed to be? I love office drama. It's just the best.
We got no shortage of it here.
Yeah.
It's nice to see it happen with a lot of guys too, because it's usually people think it's just what women.
No, totally. Yeah,
it's nice when you get it.
I mean, I think it's exclusively guys arguing here usually. Although I think the women are about to pop off.
We always say that our CEO Erica, she started working with us. I think there were like 12 employees and all guys. And she said when she retires one day, she's writing a book that all guys are chicks, and because it was the most drama she's ever been around.
Yeah. You think that it's just like all like dudes laid back. It's like no, we're just.
I seen that. Too. I seen that argument happening, and I was very excited for it. And then I was telling you, and I thought you were going to be quiet about it, and you're just asking. I was like, "What are you doing?"
Well, I turned around and I made eye contact with him right away, and I was like, "Oh, was that you?" I would have kept it quiet, but I was not smooth about that one at all. So it's funny that it plays into this because I feel like the joke you had opening up for Louis in your set about you can get the transgender surgery, but you'll still always shit like a dude.
Oh yeah,
so fucking perfect. Like as I'm thinking about it, it's like guys and girls are all the same. Like they're catty,
no way,
fighting and this and that. But there's one thing that will always
dudes just out shit women. Like it's just incredible. The amount of toilet paper you go through when you live with a guy.
I mean, it's a good thing though. You know what I mean?
Sure, but it's like 8 times a day though.
Yeah. You should see my fucking closet. It is just to the brim with toilet paper. Like
and you'll be done with it in like a month. You're actually a pretty infrequent shitter. I feel like
I'm running through. If we're gonna get specific about shit, let's get specific about shit. But
I'll give you numbers.
I'm running through a tough period of my life right now, yeah. And I'm probably not going to make too much eye contact with you while I tell this because it makes me uncomfortable.
We'll never see each other again. It's fine. Make as much eye contact as you want.
But it's just bad. I was in Boston this weekend, and I was in a hotel, and I left a big tip.
Oh God! How bad could it be? Flush, it goes down. It didn't.
Therein lies the problem, Kevin. It wasn't a clogged.
They don't have plungers in.
It wasn't a clogged situation. It was just like it was a sticky one, so it just left a lot of marks.
Oh boy!
I mean, guys.
And I look.
Just always.
If you're listening at home, please go watch on the YouTube because her head shaking eyes.
I mean, I get it. I've lived with guys, so I get it.
And to be fair to me, because I'm so neurotic and important, I did look for like a scrub thing, and I even went so bad where I was like, maybe I'll go get something at CVS and now that I'm thinking in my head out loud, I could have just bought
a brush.
Oh, scrub brush, yeah. But no, that's not what I thought at first. I was like, I'll buy something and they'll give it to me in a bag, and I can put my hand in the bag and grab a face towel and I'll clean it out with that. I can't believe I didn't think of brush first.
I can't believe you were going to go as far to go to the store. I would have just been like, sorry, lady, like, I don't know, I took a shit in this toilet.
CVS was right across the street. So
that was nice of you to try and do that, though.
I thought that's one of the.
Oh, you just thought of it.
It's a thought that counts, right?
You couldn't pee it off?
I know. I tried. Yeah.
Wow,
I was chugging water. I had to give a pee test. I was like, slam water. I was trying to be like that new Jacqueline's commercial. Like, it was holding like a hose. It was. It didn't work. So
we just had Ari in here. And
Ari.
You want to talk about fucking shitting problems?
I know. I've toured with Ari.
So yeah, you for sure know that.
He makes his own ass tampons.
In the middle of the interview, he pulled it out.
Yep. I've had to be like, don't touch me with that.
He put it on his phone.
He put it on my phone.
Yeah,
Right
I'm
on
sure.
top of his phone.
You have to say don't put that near me.
Which is crazy that you have to say.
I
want to go on the record. Don't put your ass tampon.
And it was bloody.
That was on your phone?
Yeah.
I bought a new phone.
I tried my hard. It was like that, and I like went to grab it, and it was like and couldn't do it in time. And that almost made it worse because I was pulling it away, and it just like grazed the whole thing almost.
Oh God!
Yeah,
and like I immediately obviously wiped it down with
more shit.
So you touched his ass blood, but we wouldn't touch your shit in the toilet.
Yeah. When you paint it like that,
one is your choice versus one was thrust upon you.
But then I went to Apple, and my other contract wasn't fulfilled, so I had to buy a phone and buy out my old phone. So I paid $1,800
You paid $800 because Ari did that?
Bro, I was all for going to get a new phone. I don't know if I'm paying $2,000 because someone's man pawn touched. I'd be good.
I'm gonna force Ari to give you money for that. That's insane.
Yeah, well, what I described,
it was. I knew it was clean. I knew I cleaned it. I had taken disinfectant wipes and like literally it was clean. It was it's cleaner than any hospital I've been in and all that shit. But I could not look at my phone anymore.
There's no way.
I couldn't keep using that.
I mean, anything in your life. Let's say even if it's not a bloody ass tampon, anything in your life that triggers you to think more about Ari Shaffir, you need to remove from your life. I don't ever want that to be a thing.
That's
that pops into my
insane
head
that he
every
did
day.
that. Do you know Ari?
We know Ari well. Yeah. It wasn't
it's
like
still, no. I could
It's still very
my
gross.
brother.
Yes.
Kevin Shaffir. No, you don't do that. I said that if you deal with Ari, there's the Ari Shaffir tax where he'll come in and you'll have a great podcast and it's a good interview. He'll make a great video. He's one of the OGs, blah, 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 blah. And then he'll do something irredeemably bad that you have to decide, can I let this, can we still be friends after this? And if it's, whether it's drugging you or rubbing shit on your face or whatever, it's like,
I'd rather be drugged than that.
Yeah.
At least you get,
I actually almost texted him this weekend. And I think this is you saying, will I still be friends with him? I almost texted him this weekend asking, because you remember when he was in, I think the last time he was in, some of that book he was reading about how to be alone with yourself and use your phone less and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I almost texted him asking, what's the name of that so I can read it. And I don't have his number anymore because I have a new phone.
I'm texting him right now.
It's disgusting. I mean, that is genuinely, because we're friends with Ari and we know him, it's only then mildly acceptable. Anything else, anybody else, it's like that. You should be locked in prison. He was just sitting there and he just
I know,
just plunged in.
I
thought it was maybe in his pocket. He did it as a bit. It went right from asshole to phone. That is despicable behavior. And I'm not easily, I don't give a shit.
I watched it happen, like a car crash, because I thought he was rummaging in his pocket. And I was like, oh, he's getting something.
There's not many things worse than that.
Yeah.
I had turned to him for a second as he was doing it, holding it here, and I just saw his face go oh no, and I kind of was I thought he was gonna hit me or something, and I turn and there's a fucking man pond 6 inches from my face.
I'll say this.
Did he give you
it's a good bit.
In the moment, I was repulsed, and now looking back on it, it's kind of funny, dude.
No, stand up for something one time.
It's a little funny now. Now I'm picturing it in the Jackass vein, where I'm like, that's what the boys would do.
But they're all Jackass guys. If we were Jackass guys, it'd be okay.
I don't know. That's pretty gross.
It's repulsive. It is repulsive.
It's a 0 out of 10 move.
I remember texting Shane afterwards, and Shane had 10 texts back. He goes, he's just vile. He's fucking vile. He's so vile.
Was he promoting his Beacon show?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
no one go see it.
Yeah. Everybody shit on your seat at the Beacon or something like that. How the fuck did you do the garden like that with the in the round and all? I mean, that
I don't know. There's no way to prepare for it, so I was I'm just gonna do it and see what happens.
Were you nervous as fuck?
I was nervous just because I'm not high energy on stage. I don't move around a lot, so the idea of being in the round where I have to rotate, I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, you did. I mean, your set fucking murdered it.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know what you're supposed to do in the round either. It's like how frequently you're supposed to walk or turn. So I don't know. About
I just
that,
asked Louis, and he
was
just kind
fucking
of
unbelievable.
told me to look at the cameras and just after each bitch's turn, and that's kind of what I did because I was like, I don't know what else I should do. I'm not like very moving around a lot, so I was like, I'll just do that and we'll see what happens.
Oh man,
it could have went horribly bad, you know. Like I had no idea how it was gonna go, but
I always think it's wild that whoever opens up for these mega guys, like you're not working arenas, so all of a sudden you have to be in front of fucking 20,000 people. I know that that's a blessing, but it's also like, how the fuck am I supposed to do this?
There's no way to prepare for it.
Yeah. It's like you can work out your material, but you're going to do it in front of 300 people, 500 people, 1,000 people.
Yeah.
You're not going to do it in front of 18.
No. I did some theaters with him on his like European tour and stuff here, but like not that big. Yeah.
I feel like he I mean, obviously picking you to do it and then also just speaking about it has really co-signed your material, and I feel like that's as...
I guess so. I mean, I did a show at the Stand the other night, and it was going so well, and one guy got upset and just walked out.
Hell yeah.
And when later his friends were like, well, he's gay. And I'm like, what does that even mean?
So was like everybody.
I know, but it's like, it's New York City, but he was just upset by it. But everyone else was having a good time.
I mean, listen, the time for gay people to be upset about shit is over. Okay?
I didn't even say anything about gay people. Maybe he was upset I didn't do any jokes about gay people.
Maybe that's it. Because
Maybe,
otherwise it's like, no, guys, come on. You're barely even like a minority group anymore. Come on, look at us.
Not even
in this city.
No
look
way.
around. I feel like a fucking loser because I'm straight.
You could be gay.
I think about that often. If we
Being gay?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was making a joke.
Yeah, no. But if we all of a sudden just came out as gay, we'd probably our careers would like skyrocket as compared to where we are now.
I'll tell you what.
The
No,
gay
I think
podcasters.
we're too late to the game. I think Nick Offerman already crushed it.
Yeah.
Like with like the.
But he's not actually gay.
I know, but that's like they're trying to bite Bill and Frank style now.
If we were the Bill and Frank of podcasting, dude, if it was like, can you believe that those guys, they've been doing this podcast for 10 years and they just came out, they're gay and they're fucking each other?
That'd be so great.
Right? That would be drama. People would be tuning in. We'd have to really commit to it. Maybe suck each other's dick. I don't know. Whatever.
Not again.
But you didn't feel like Louis has.
I don't know. Louis always had my back.
Yeah.
He's very.
Yeah.
He's been very supportive of me, and
I mean, the material is. I feel like you're one of the last out there who really just fucking slings it.
I don't know about that. I think I'm definitely one of those people.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely not one of the last. There's a lot of them.
Yeah. I guess I shouldn't say that, but or maybe it's just to the level that you do it. Like there,
maybe
it's rare. Like again, I'm not fazed by much, but there are times where I'm like, God damn, you just went for it.
Well, it's just funny because Louis will say that too. Like I'll say something, he's like, "Damn," I'm like, "You're offended by that?"
Fucking Louis C.k. is like, holy
he's like,
shit.
"No, I'm just didn't expect it."
Yeah. Like I don't think I've ever been offended once in my life, except for Ari Shaffir putting his shit stick on his face.
Yeah.
But I am like, I am not offended, but I can see that there's gonna be other people who are.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, people will tell me they like watching me on stage because half the crowd loves it and the other half does not.
Yeah.
And it's just interesting watching those people.
Are you cool with that? Like, I mean,
I think
you
earlier in my
embraced it by now?
career, I kind of felt bad, and now I just don't care as much.
Yeah.
Like,
well, you feel bad for that? Like they're not having a good
I
time,
think,
or you feel bad? Like you're
no,
upset
I guess
that-
earlier in my career, I felt bad because I didn't understand that, you know.
Yeah,
And now
yeah.
I'm just like, all right, I even know I'm just not for everybody.
Right,
I get that.
right.
So
It's one thing to say that; it's another thing to like accept it and understand it.
I think
you
I've
know?
accepted it now. I think many years ago I didn't always because I guess I just wanted everyone to
Sure,
like
you
me.
wanted as big of
but
an audience
now
as
I'm
you
just
could
like, I
possibly
get that that's not going to be the case. So.
We were out in Arizona, and Mark Normand was trying some of his edgier shit, and I thought it was like great, and even in a good way. The groans were like, "Holy shit!" Not
Right.
like "boo," you know. But even just in talking to him, he was kind of like, "Oh, I don't know," and I'm like, "You gotta know this is the deal, like by now,
Sure, yeah.
right, Mark?" Like,
Well, I guess too, if you feel like those are all his fans, you would think they're expecting it.
well, yeah, I guess so. He was opening for it was Bert, Shane, and him. So
right. Okay. So that's a little bit
audience.
different. Yeah. That's not all his people.
But yeah, I mean, you go to a Mark Normand show, I can't even imagine creatures there that like they're not gonna give a fuck about a single thing.
No, I wouldn't think they would.
Yeah.
I think when you have your own audience, it's a little different.
Right.
Did you have you gone through like you said, you're kind of just like low energy. That's like is that like your act, if you will, or that's just like who you are and you?
I think that's just who I am. Yeah.
Did you ever go through like I'm gonna try, or you're just like fucking I'm doing it myself?
Try to be like high energy?
Yeah.
It's just not in my personality.
I don't think I could do it either. Even like when we do like a live podcast, which isn't even like we play a song like an entrance music, and I'm like I just walk out there. I'm like, hopefully he'll do some like like get up, because I'm just like I'm gonna just walk to my microphone and sit down.
Yeah, that's just not my energy. It'd be weird if I just started doing that at the Garden.
I just get the fuck up, New York City.
Just nuts like that. That would be weird, I think.
You're a New Yorker?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was part of your set too, as well. Just being like this funny. The way you characterized it was great. I mean, it's just.
It's the worst. This place sucks. Do you know so I drove here, right? And I pre-ordered like a parking spot on Park Hero, whatever, Spot Hero.
Yeah.
And the spot is down a block that's closed. So I just had to go down a closed street. Like that's just what.
I props to you for doing it,
but
though. Fuck
everyone
it. I got my
was
spot.
coming. So many people went down that block, so I had to wait for them all to come out. And I'm like, this is just my luck.
Yeah.
What are the odds that I'd pay for this stupid spot that's on a block
Driving
that's closed?
in the city is a fucking.
It's
It's
a
the
nightmare.
dumbest thing you can do, and
It
I
is
still
so
do it all
awful.
the time.
Where do you commute from?
Westchester.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I did it during the pandemic.
Which was
great.
amazing.
22 minutes in and out.
I got in 22
problem.
minutes. There's every street's
Everything
closed.
else, yeah.
There's
Where you come
construction
from?
on the Bronx. There's construction on everything, and nothing's ever fixed.
Right. It's, I mean, once everything started to go back to normal, now, like, if I go at rush hour, it's like an hour and a half to get home.
Oh,
I'm
of
like,
course.
What am I doing? But I'm not, I can't go back, man. I put on a podcast, put on some music, whatever. I'm just chilling in the car.
Yeah.
It's not the
Do you
end
ever
of the
try and
world,
kill
but-
time before you go back to Westchester?
Around the city?
Yeah, like just wait until like 7 or 8.
Oh, yeah. So you're not in
Yeah,
that.
so
I
you're
either
not-
try to get out early or, like,
Yeah.
if you leave at peak times, put a bullet in my
It's
head.
so
or
brutal.
someone else's head.
It's so brutal.
Yeah. So, how did the Louis thing come about? Was that just like he noticed your?
No, I mean I was on tour with him in Europe.
Well, like, that's
oh,
what-
you mean
how did-
before
yeah,
that? I
how
met
does
him at
he-
the Cellar, and then he kind of just took a liking to me, and I would just start asking me to open for him and stuff.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I mean,
I wasn't even supposed to do the Garden. Somebody canceled on Tuesday.
oh
Or that-
shit.
Yeah, so he went to go open for someone else, I guess. So that's how I got it.
There's a decision.
Yeah.
That's a move. Holy shit.
So that's how I actually ended up doing it.
That's crazy to be
Who
like,
would
can
you
do
say-
the
who would
Garden
you- who
in
would
5
you-
days, 4 days?
Who
whatever?
would you say no to go open up for someone else over Louis?
I can't imagine anybody.
That's a move right there.
I don't. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess there are. You could say like a Chappelle or something like that, but like I think I'd
it's
choose
someone
Louis.
they were friends with, though. So I think that's what it was.
I think it's easier to say no to
I'd
that.
be like, fuck.
Yeah.
We're great friends, but I got something planned that night already.
Right.
Pretty decently big plans. I think I'm all set on that front.
Well, it worked out for me.
Yeah, big time. But that's why. So you get a call or
Ari texted me and said they needed it. Say you owe him $1,800.
We need about $2,000.
That's so funny that he thinks you guys needed it.
what,
Fucking asshole. Who could possibly need your shit man pawn on their phone? Fuck
Were you guys
Ari.
taking the conversation and then he just took it out and put it on the phone?
Yeah, we were like just about to wrap
it
up.
was.
I
We
think
were out an hour into the show.
I think he knew like I got to do this at some point, and I'm running out of
No more runway left.
Runway.
I'm gonna fucking hit him with the shit thing now. Jesus.
They needed it.
You guys needed it, he said.
We had a mishap here with one of our producers. Fucked up a recording the other day and just didn't record his video that we shot with him afterwards. And so we're kind of coming up with a punishment for her. That's also funny, for video, whatever. And I said to Ari, like, since you were the one involved, do you have any input on that? And he was just like, just make it something with my tampon full of shit and blood. I was like, yeah, well, okay, we're going to veto that. There's a reason why I said, at first I was going to say whatever Ari Shafir decides.
You can't do that.
And I was like, I will get fired.
He's not a normal person.
No, he's an absolute creature. Those, the freedom with which he talks about his hemorrhoids.
He's gone to the doctor too. They can't, like, there's just no way to fix them.
Imagine having such a messed up asshole. The doctor's like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, like, take that thing home. It's fucking gone.
And nothing for it.
It's beyond repair.
He has a prescribed roll up toilet paper and shove it up your ass. That's the only thing that help. I don't know what to tell you.
There's not many things I'd want less than that. Yeah, like if you were like, you could have terminal cancer or like live with bad hemorrhoids, like I'm catching.
I don't know, to be totally honest, and I'm proud to say this, I don't even know what a hemorrhoid does. I know I learned with the RE conversation where it comes from, but like,
where does it come from?
It's like pushing too hard, it like pops blood vessels or something.
Yeah.
And but like I don't even know. Like it's painful to sit down. I can't.
Berries or something like that. He said.
Yeah.
Really disgusting.
I've had like a canker sore or like a fucking like weird. You beat your tongue
in your mouth.
Yeah. You know the game. And,
you know what I'm tiptoeing around.
And like something in your mouth like ruins your whole day because you're always using your mouth, and your back ruins your whole day because you're always kind of moving it. But I mean, you're sitting what 99% of the day.
Yeah.
He also eats like such hot, terrible food. So he's not helping. He's not helping.
Yeah.
He's not helping out.
Throws gasoline on the fire.
He's gotta die eventually.
I said, you owe him $1,800. He goes, for a phone?
Yeah, that is crazy.
It's an iPhone 14 Pro, cost $1,300, and I had $500 left on my my old contract.
Yeah. So listen, Ari, he went for the Cadillac. It is what it is.
I didn't even get the
shit
max.
on his phone.
I didn't even get the max.
What's the highest price one?
I don't know.
2,000.
The iPhone
fucking crazy.
It's the 14. Man. I got the 14 Pro. There is an 14 Pro Max. I think
those rats. You can make those things for like $3. Get the fuck out of here.
It was an old phone. It was like the woman was like, she's like, this is a major upgrade for you. And I was like, I'm gonna use it to text and use Twitter.
Lady, you have no idea.
That lady has no idea. She was touching your phone that had bloody tampon and ass shit on it.
Flipping it around.
Oh.
Sorry to Serena over at Apple.
I would never want to work at Apple.
Oh,
everyone's phone's in the toilet,
dude.
Also everyone's a fucking dickhead about every time I'm there, somebody complaining about that. Like,
you do have access to. It's almost like being a therapist. Like, I have access to your mind right now. I can look at everything about you.
You could be like a serial killer. Like you could ruin people's lives having access to their fucking phones like that.
I'm surprised like a serial killer hasn't been caught by an Apple genius. Where it's like
I'm sure serial killers are not doing anything on their phone that could be tracked.
I think child porn people are.
They're doing stuff on there?
I bet you they're child porn people. Because they always end up getting caught with like 60,000 pictures on their computer.
Yeah.
There's always so many. Have you noticed that? It's never like there's just like 10 or 12 pictures. It's always like there's 13 terabytes of child porn. It's like, how could you even... You're not watching all that. It's impossible.
No, but I mean, if they're pedophiles for 30 years, I'm sure it adds
stack up.
Just like the numbers.
I'm sure it stacks up.
Yeah. Someone who collected TV guides back in the day, like, yeah, no, I'm still doing it.
It hasn't gone away.
It's still a hobby of mine.
I thought it was a phase I'd grow out of. Turns out, I'm really a lifer when it comes to this shit. That's got to be the absolute worst thing in the world to you have that realization that that's your scene, that's your bag.
And now you just have all those pictures.
And you're just like, fuck, this is...
We've talked about that with...
This is what I like.
If you saw the Netflix show Dahmer.
Yes.
Where he, like, when he, like, they kind of show, like, his first moment of when he, like, realized he likes... like guts, and it's like he's like gutting a fish with his dad or cleaning a fish. He's like kind of like playing with his hands, and like what a horrible realization. Like you're like, this is gonna be a problem down the road. Like, I
like this a little
but because his dad was there, I'm surprised he didn't need his dad there to also get off to it. Since that's when it happened.
Dad, you gotta watch me fuck this guy and then eat his liver real quick.
Like, you were there, and I need you there now forever. I'm being his dad,
dude. That I don't know how much. I know that show was like based on reality and whatever, and there was that like one episode where the dad is like really trying to stop him, or like he pours out his heart. But I'd have to imagine that guy let a few few red flags go by. Where it's like, it's not my kid. Couldn't
Well,
be.
you just hope that he's not going to be a pedophile.
Yeah.
I mean,
You just
there's no
you just
way.
cross your fingers
There's just
on that
no
one.
way.
Dude, that is the worst. Like, the moment you realize your kid is a pedophile, you gotta just wipe out the whole family. Because that just sucks, dude. That just sucks so much.
You also have to be thankful it's not you, in a way. You're like, well,
that you're not the pedophile?
yeah,
It's like, at
his
least
problem.
You
That's not
know
bad.
it was genetically close. Like, at least I didn't catch the bad batch.
You know how
I
many
just missed it.
you know how many
Skip
husbands and
generation.
wives are probably like, that's from your side of the family. That's not mine. You know, that your
Well, maybe
uncle
if the
had
mom
some
was
weird.
around, the mom wasn't in his
Right.
life at all.
Right. That's
The dad could have been really homophobic too. I'm like, you're doing great work out there.
Tons of people are homophobic. Their kids aren't pedophiles.
But no, I mean, like, he was killing all gay guys. So he's like, yeah, it is a scourge.
I guess. Then he could have just been gay and not killed them.
Nobody. He was
but
happy. He was getting like
because if you're homophobic, like, get rid of
I
these
guess that's
fucking
true.
guys.
Yeah, he's got the
There's so
courage to do what I want.
Yeah, that's true.
My son's a hero.
Yeah.
That's what he was doing. He's running around going, my son is doing big things.
I don't
out
support the
there.
war, but I do support the troops.
That's true. Is he dead? He's dead, right?
Dahmer?
Dahmer, yeah, he got killed in prison.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I did watch that.
Pretty quickly.
That was a quick.
Yeah.
See you later, dude.
No, yeah, his head bashed in with a weight.
Even better.
At least in the show, I don't know.
He did seem
Right.
like he was a good worker, though, in prison.
Yeah.
yeah, say what you want about
citizen.
Dahmer, but he put in the effort.
If he had a little guidance, he could have been a really good worker.
He wasn't lazy, that's for sure.
He was not lazy. The hours he was keeping were insane. He was out all hours of the night.
That was another thing about that show that, like, I mean, not like I'm some action hero who could, like, fight off the killer, but there was a lot of times where I was like, these guys are just really gonna, like, get beat up and kind of raped and killed by this guy, huh? Like, he's just.
I mean, some of them were kids.
Yeah.
Those
They
guys.
had like
not-
10 years on them.
I don't know. Though. Some of those guys in the club was like, come on.
The dancers?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's like, come on.
Gay guys in the 90s, you're all shredded, bro.
Yeah, you guys can fight. You guys can at least get out of
Was
the
it
fucking
90s,
room
Dahmer?
right now. Yeah, I think so. It was like
90s?
early
Maybe?
mid-90s. Yeah, I don't know. Stay away from fucking serial killers and pedophiles at the end of the day.
Nuts.
Have you always had that, like, the sense of humor? Like, even growing up, like, fucking around, were you always the one that people were like, Jesus Christ?
No, all of
like,
us did. I didn't
Yeah.
even realize it until a couple of years ago. My friend from grammar school blew his brains out.
Yeah.
And then we all went to the funeral and everyone just had the darkest sense of humor. And I was like, oh, this is where
That's where it comes from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just,
So while like audiences and people are like so shocked, you're kind of like, this is just par for the course with me and the pals.
there's not everyone that's shocked, though. There's a bunch of people that are into it. I just
Yeah.
don't have... They just don't know me.
Right,
Do you know what I mean?
right. Yeah.
Yeah, but like everyone that I grew up, we were just had such dark senses of humor.
Yeah.
So that's where it came from.
The funerals are a great spot for it, too.
Yeah.
There's no better place to like nail the joke. You know?
Especially at a guy who blew his brains out. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
It was in all of us. It could have been any of us at that point.
You walk away from a funeral being like, I killed up there. Man. I had the gang rolling, man. Body was going right into the grave. Perfect timing. I don't know how to be any other way. I can't even imagine the people who, because then like those moments become livable, survivable,
Sure, yeah.
survivable. You know,
That's how you
it's
kinda get through it.
right? And the people who are just like, no, I'm going to be sad. I'm like, oh, I ended up blowing my brains out from that too. Oh, how you do it?
Another funeral.
Yeah.
Keep going. Do the funeral
It's called
circuit.
life,
It's just
man.
cycle. It's like,
Do the
It's
funeral
like
circuit.
we're crashing funerals, but it's open mics. You know.
That's true.
So after the garden was, I'm always wondering if that like changes things at all. Do you see like a bump from that? Is there?
I mean, I got a lot of like a bunch of, not a lot, but I got some followers and nice messages and stuff. This is probably the biggest thing I've gotten from it is doing the show.
not a lot, folks. So now you know if you do Louis, I don't really do anything for you. That set was unbelievable.
Whoever bailed was like, the best thing that happens to us is KFC radio, so I'm fucking going to hang out with the boys.
I mean, I do remember thinking like I would not have wanted to if that was my big night. And he can go up on any stage after anybody, whatever. But I was like, if that was my like pinnacle that I was working towards, and then you opened with that, I would have been like, fuck.
No, he was happy.
I know. I mean, of course, because he's, that's
and it just makes the show better.
Right.
You know?
But man, you murdered. I mean, I think a lot of people walked away being like, that was the highlight of that show, or the most.
Well, that's nice. I mean, it didn't do anything for me. But
That's crazy.
I think
is crazy.
I got a couple of bookings. That's about it.
That's wild. I feel like there should be.
Almost nothing does anything anymore.
What moves the needle?
I think just having millions of fans on like TikTok or something.
Yeah,
That's
that's
it,
basically
right?
it.
Yeah.
I don't get the vibe that you like TikTok.
I can't even get into my account.
Yeah.
I don't know what I even did. So.
Do you have somebody like running it? Are you on it at all? No.
No.
Yeah. Because that's.
I was saying yesterday we were at the airport, and I think to this day I've still never opened TikTok. I've been sent TikToks.
It's not great.
That like when like someone will text it to me and I'll open it, and that'll open in the app. I don't think I've ever clicked the icon still.
Yeah. Well, that's why we're not doing anything on TikTok at all. We have no traction on the biggest goddamn platform in the world. Whatever.
Something will take over it.
You think?
That is, I agree
Just
with
wait
that.
for that. Wait for the next
Yeah,
thing.
but we're not going to do
Get on
that
the next
either.
thing. No,
That's-
get on the next thing.
That's
Remember
what
when we
my
tried to
thing
do
is.
Clubhouse?
I've been saying that forever. Like
No, the next one I'm gonna
it's
be
just
big.
it's no, but like just like when it comes, I don't even say the next one. I just like it's like obviously a defense mechanism, but I'm just like, dude, this is gonna be over in a minute anyway.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, and then it's
it is
5
it's
years.
actually not incorrect. It is. It does happen, like Vine and all that shit. But
just
it is no, because like
Snapchat a
Facebook, Snapchat,
No, but
Vine,
Facebook
Twitter,
is
literally
still
all of them.
fucking. I don't know. I mean, TikTok's not going anywhere. Instagram's not going anywhere. Facebook, we think is gone. It's still fucking.
Yeah,
massive.
Facebook's like Bargatze when he's talking about like he's like, you ever like wonder how those old restaurants are doing? He's like, I bet I go to those restaurants regularly. They're doing fine.
Yeah.
like
Yeah, people are still on Facebook.
yeah, Facebook's still ripping.
Crazy,
Probably the
though.
most used social platform in the world.
Yeah. I think it's just. Is it like not even close, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like your mom and your aunt and your grandmother and all that shit. No, those people aren't on TikTok. TikTok's just got 1 billion Chinese people. And that fucking skews the. That's what I keep telling myself. It's like I'm not gonna worry about this because these Chinese people aren't gonna like me.
They're not.
There's a
not
bunch
gonna like any of
bunch of like 11-year-old Chinese kids. And I'm like, I don't even know how you're on this app.
That's true.
Are you so you are living in the Bronx now?
Yeah.
Were you originally from the Bronx? Where in the
Yeah.
Bronx?
I grew up in Morris Park, and now I live in Throgsneck.
I live in City Island right now. Most people are like, I don't even think of it as the Bronx either. City Island's just a weird
One
it's its
way in
own
and one way out.
thing. Yeah, it is a very strange little island where it's like it's like time forgot it. You know what I mean?
It is, yeah.
It's a bizarre spot.
You better get out of there before the summer.
Sundays in the summer. Oh my God!
Forget about just you're in the house all day or you're outside all day.
It is crazy. Mother's Day. Have you ever been there on Mother's Day?
I've been years and years and years ago. We went there. It's a nightmare.
People are not like I can't even describe what goes on there on days like that.
It's brutal,
disgusting. I saw a video for Orchard Beach in City Island, and it was like a tourist like hype video, being like, come to New York City to see like the Bronx Riviera. Come see like the
Bronx
luscious
Riviera.
It was like, come see the luscious beaches on Orchard Beach.
That's Cho-Cha Beach.
and they have.
That's where I grew up. That's where we used to go as kids. There's just needles in the water. I think it's cleaned up now, but like
it was. I mean, it was like,
gross.
do not walk on the beach with your feet,
Nope.
with your bare feet.
Really?
I was like, that's what you do on the beach. You take your shoes off. It was like
not
straight
there.
up hypodermic needles, like all over the place.
You wearing Red Wings on the beach?
You can shoot something really nice to make City Island look
So that's
beautiful.
what's funny. This video had like drones sweeping by the beach, and the water's blue. And even there are spots on City Island that you can get like a multi-million-dollar house right on the water, and it is beautiful. It's just like if you only stay right
In that
there on
little
that
area.
little waterfront property,
Yeah.
And there's also people though, like if you fish or you're like if you grew up there, people are like, I will never leave here. Like when I tell them
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting a house and leaving, they're kind of like, why would you ever leave here? I'm like, it's literally dying. This place is dying.
Disgusting.
Like, and you can't get everything's closed now. You can't get food. There's no pharmacy. There's no nothing. Like I think it's just gonna just die.
Be like Detroit, go back to the earth.
That's
Like,
crazy.
just
yeah.
detach
Like,
and just fall into
Just
the water.
float away and just fucking sink. Right across the way is the Potter's Field, well, the dead people. Just that's what they're gonna become. Just fucking.
What is Potter's Field again? Is where they bury people?
The John Does?
People that they don't know who they are.
So there's just
I got you.
bodies on bodies on bodies.
Are there that many John Does they can't put them in cemeteries
You'd
here?
be surprised how many John Does there are. Also, the cemeteries all around in the Bronx and in New York City in general, just so many fucking dead people.
I remember when I was a kid hearing a rumor, which now I don't believe is true anymore, but like that bodies in Manhattan were buried standing upright to save space.
It would make more sense.
That would make a lot more sense.
Right? It would. Yeah, because you can't go. Yeah, just fucking stack them that way. You know what? That's pretty
I
revolutionary.
don't know why we're not just burning everybody.
Just fucking everybody has to get cremated.
What is the
Afterlife
point?
bullshit is so.
It is
not. And the people who pay, $5, $10, whatever $1,000 for
Those
fucking
mausoleums.
those are crazy. It's like you're just buying a second house. But even the coffin, whatever.
I remember I actually fairly recently had a conversation with my parents where I was like, give my organs to people who need them and fucking get rid of me.
I don't know how many of
You
your
think your
organs
parents are going to outlive you?
Oh yeah, yeah, they do. And they do
I
too.
didn't even pick up on that.
Their response was like, okay, but they
Write it down. We gotta
But
do this.
they were also like, on the off chance that we die first,
Just burn us?
they were like, do the same to us. I was like, oh, I didn't expect that from like older people. My parents aren't very old for parents, but they were like, yeah, burn us too. I was like,
How
oh,
old are they?
they both just turned 60.
Oh, that's kind of old.
They're young.
They'll
They're
be
young
dead
at
soon
heart.
enough. They'll probably live another
15
20.
years?
15. I'd say 15 on the low end, 25 on the high end, probably 20, and you probably won't.
My dad's still alive. Like my grandfather's alive.
I was talking to somebody the other day that has great grandparents, and I was like, grow up. Be an adult.
Well,
have dead great grandparents. That's crazy.
I actually
So
thought
be like in your 30s and have fucking great
Well, they probably had them when
grandparents.
they were really young.
It's like everybody
right?
has to be knocking out kids by like when they're like 18.
in your
That's
30s,
crazy.
that's crazy. Because even like
Great grandparents, my just normal grandparents have been dead for like 20 years. My great grandparents died like in like World War II. It's crazy.
I knew my great grandmother for a while. I remember my great grandmother.
How is that? What's that like?
She was so she was like the second wife.
But like you have your grandparents.
So she
that
was
you-
young?
She was young. She was young. She was like
So
definitely-
grandpa
she-
was fucking.
Yeah.
Grandpa went and
Grandpa got like a
Grandpa went and got a
40-year-old?
45-year-old. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
But-
he rich?
Yeah.
Yeah, we know.
You're not doing that for free. That's for sure.
No one's sucking old dick for.
For love?
Sucking old dick has got to be one of the worst things
You gotta just
can do.
count the money in your head. while-
Right, every bob, $1,000, $1,000,
Yeah.
$1,000. That is. I don't think I could think of anything worse than an old dick.
I think an old pussy's not great either.
Yeah,
Yeah, probably that's worse. I think in general, pussies are worse than dicks. So then old ones are.
Depends.
dude. I think anything going.
I mean, everything's
going in,
situational. Don't tell me. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, I think the fact that
The
it's
innards
like,
have a greater chance to spoil faster. I
yeah.
feel
Oh
like.
my god.
In a pussy?
Old pussy.
Because
That,
there's
like-
an opening?
Yeah. I mean, think about it. It's a hole that stays, pretty shut.
Yeah,
when you're
you don't
younger.
put the cap all the way on
But
the milk when you put it
eventually-
back in the fridge.
Yeah,
Like,
it just gets droopy. And it's just like a screen door that's broken, kind of. It doesn't really fully close, and then it's just open. And you stop caring, and maybe you don't wash as great or whatever. So that's got to be.
What age does that happen where you're like, I'm just not going to wash anymore?
Probably
I
about-
feel like for
me,
the
about
whites,
28.
for the whites, it happens pretty quickly.
For white people?
Yeah, apparently we're disgusting. Who knew? I feel like I'm pretty clean, but
We're not.
we get shamed a lot for that stuff. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, I don't do that, and I don't do that. But I'm like, come on, it's fine. And unless you're outwardly disgusting, people can smell and see. Then who cares?
I mean, you
Do
still
you wash
should-
your hands if you go to the bathroom?
Yeah.
100% of the time.
Yes.
Even like just a piss.
It's so
At
weird.
home?
But that's so weird because, like, I would have boyfriends that would not wash their hands after they pee.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
like,
called just guys.
But I'm like, you touched your dick, though.
My dick's fine. My
Yo.
dick's not dirty.
Your dick is not fine.
Right now, there are much
It's-
dirtier places on than my dick.
First of all, the way you guys shit and don't wipe your ass is that great. It's very connected down there.
That
I'll wear that one. I'll wear that one.
I roll up a lot and I go in like 20 times. I am walking out of there. My asshole is clean. Fuck you guys.
Yeah, Colleen.
Walk that girl.
Colleen
Like,
was.
I'm about done here.
She's like, this is the second round of shit.
Yeah. And she was like the only person in here for the Ari situation. She's like, I'm not gonna keep doing this.
She's like, I'm tapped
Colleen's
out.
gonna quit.
Yeah, and sue us. Fuck, what was I just gonna say? I'm like a college effort guy. Like I get in there like the second time. I get in the third time. I'm like, dude, I did my part.
You're only gonna hurt you. You know, you're only hurting.
Nah, dude. I tell you what, for 20 years, I'm all right.
Why do you think the shits are so different?
It's the same reason I don't wash my meat. If it was gonna get me, it got me by now.
Crazy, yeah.
You don't wash your meat?
No. Like
Like ever?
Nah.
Yeah, I don't think I either. You're gonna cook it, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna cook it.
I thought you meant your dick.
No, I wash my dick. I wash my dick.
Like, Jesus, dude. Now I see why are you upset if he put his tampon or anything? You're not even washing your ass or your dick? You meant actual meat. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you had to wash like fruits and vegetables and shit. Like raw meat you wash?
You're supposed to like rinse under the water.
Huh. I didn't even know that. You're gonna cook it.
That's the same thing. Anytime a white person puts anything kind of cooking video on the internet, black people are about seasoning and washing your chicken or washing your meat.
Yeah.
And I don't wash it. I just fucking
I
cook
get that a lot of white food and culture is pretty like boring and lame and shit, but like, I mean, I guess
Is it serial killers? We're killing it.
that's our culture.
That's our thing.
Is that
Dominoes?
Yeah.
Serial killers. Yeah.
Serial killers and dominoes is what white people do.
I guess if you're thinking like, do Italian people and French people, they're not white, they're their own thing.
They're white.
They're white.
Like, that's
They're
fucking
white.
bomb ass food. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but yeah, no,
I guess it's like American white, like suburban mom cooking is not.
We're
great,
just all
but, like,
like, we're
a lot of white people make fucking awesome food.
but we're just watered down because we're like all the white people and we're just boring, you know.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'll still take it. You know.
Yeah,
Still sign up for that. If I had to do it all over again, and I could pick. I'd probably still pick it. Would you? That's actually a good question. Would you pick a different ethnicity or upbringing if you could choose?
Fuck no. Louis actually is a big about
white?
this. Where Louis, he's like, if it was a subscription service, you have to re up every year. He's like,
Yeah.
I choose white every
I
year.
would maybe try.
I think
to sprinkle in.
Asian's probably good.
You think so?
I feel like they get like their child.
Bro, I'll say
not
this.
fun.
There's never been a hot hashtag that trended for an extended period of time. Hashtag stop white hate. Hashtag stop Asian hate was popping for a
Yeah.
bit.
They had a moment in the sun.
They did. But then that didn't last very long.
Yeah, we went right back to hate.
Yeah. We got pretty sick of it.
I think Asian would be pretty good if you're like raised here. I wouldn't want to.
Asian American type.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like the families are so. The expectations are so high, and
I think I wouldn't want to be anything else because everyone else has respect and reverence for the elderly, and we don't, and I like that.
you want to be respected when you're old.
I do not, and I don't
Oh.
want to respect old people right now. Like I don't want like
But that's so you're anti-Asian.
no Asian people the grandfather comes to live at home like basically like every
Right.
other culture. I am against that.
Got it.
You could be Asian and then just kick your grandfather out of the house.
I know, but then
Get the
Just
fuck
start it.
out.
This is new age shit.
I
Get the fuck out of the house.
I want no respect or reverence for the elderly. You fucking do your own thing. I didn't ask to be here. I didn't sign up for this fucking take care of you once you get old. That's fucking on
I guess
you.
that's true. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
I found out recently that like if I was very worried about taxes and shit. I got a tax guy telling me that if I give money to
Asians.
family members, I would never.
Buy some Asians. Bring them over here.
If I give money, like the tax implications are like at the end of my life. Not like right now. I was like, oh, I don't give a fuck about this. Let my kids deal with that shit.
Exactly.
That's my family's problem now. I'll give you some money now. You got to deal with the problems later. I don't give a fuck about this shit.
I'll take white again, but not to my family.
New family.
I want a new family. I want new people.
New whites.
New whites.
I
New
like
whites.
that. What are you next? Italian and what?
Italian. I mean, I guess my mother's mother is Jewish, so technically that. What's funny is
did you practice when you was a kid Jewish?
No.
Yeah.
I was raised
Did you do
Catholic.
anything? Raised Catholic.
Yeah, but we didn't really practice any of this stuff.
Right.
But it was funny. I was looking through a photo album the other day, and my uncle was a Hell's Angel, and I didn't even notice this, but there's just a swastika on the wall.
No.
But he's Jewish. I mean, he's dead. But I was like, wow, that's
that
crazy.
work?
I guess they didn't know.
He just kept a secret. They didn't put the stars on him anymore.
Well, his last name was Italian,
Oh, okay.
so you didn't really know.
He was getting
Jew,
initiated into
Nazi?
Hell's Angels. They're like,
He's Italian and Jewish.
And a Nazi.
I think he was a Hell's Angel. I don't know. Are they Nazis? I
No.
mean, maybe they're just open-minded and let him in. I don't know.
it's a new age.
They were like,
Get out, old
they were
people.
like, let's see how we do.
Do you know that the Hell's Angels are still they're still?
Dude, I have
still,
a family friend who is like the head or one of the very like top heads of a chapter, like in the Bronx or whatever.
Yeah, I drive the Hell's
He's
Angels.
a very scary guy.
Really?
But no, he's like a teddy bear to us and me, people we know. But he is built like almost like Bebop and Rocksteady.
I don't understand.
How old is he?
He's probably like 50s now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The Hell's Angels Cape Cod chapter isn't far from my parents' house, who don't live in Cape Cod. And
Well, I was going to say, it's crazy to think of them just in a beach house.
Yeah.
Still wearing their cut.
They live in southern Massachusetts, but they don't live in Cape Cod.
Yeah.
And it's like
Cape Cod will not have that.
the Hell's Angels Cape Cod chapter is a hilarious image. Just a bunch of Madras shorts and shit. Although Cape Cod itself has been pretty wrecked by the heroin, the opioid epidemic.
Year round is where you see they fit in.
Yeah,
they don't fit in. June through October. But the rest of the time, Hell's Angels fit right in. No, he's like a bad motherfucker, but like he was always at our family events and on City Island at the Morris, like the.
Did you grow up in City Island?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So like he would always be at the barbecues there and like. Yeah, him and his buddies were like fucking ripping, literally like Sons of Anarchy type shit. But then would shake hands and kiss babies and.
It is such a funny thing, motorcycle gangs just in general.
Well, they live by a code of honor. They're actually like pretty good
But
guys
it's like
until you're on the wrong side of it.
Yeah, but it's also just like silly waking up every day and like putting on like this is my team jacket.
Yeah. No, there's definitely there's something super gay about the Hells Angels.
There's gotta be one day where you're like, I just want to wear sweatpants.
Yeah.
I don't want to put on this leather.
It's hot out. It's like I don't want to put on this fucking leather cut. It's 100 degrees right now.
Where's your cut? Like I don't know, guys. It's a little silly, right?
Can I just like come in the party anyway? Do I have to wear this thing, man? Even the motorcycle is like, it's got an event, it's raining out, it's fucking cold out, and you're like, I just want to get in a Toyota Corolla and drive to the fucking bar.
They probably Uber, I would think.
You think?
Maybe.
I feel like it's almost like you have to drive yourself everywhere.
Too many minorities in the Uber for the Hells Angels. So like, I don't know.
That's the assimilation program. See if you can deal with them driving. They're like, I gotta get out of this car. I can't deal with it. Nope, give me my motorcycle.
Well, I mean, gee, in getting this out of Louis, as you said,
I'm gonna be famous.
what do you think?
I
Yeah,
can
you
feel
think
it.
this is it? This is your big break?
This is my big break.
It wasn't Louis at the Garden. It was this
Thank
shit
you,
afterwards.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think you are truly one of the absolute funniest out right now.
Oh, that's really nice. Thank you.
You did the Degenerates with Netflix?
Yeah.
Yeah, that do you have anything else like in the works like that? Like
I'm gonna probably tape a special later this year.
yeah.
I have an album, Baby Skeletons, that came out a couple years ago.
Hell
are
yeah.
you gonna do you have a streaming service for that, or are you gonna do it
I'm not
YouTube?
sure what I'm gonna do yet. I'm talking to a
think-
couple different people.
I know that almost now doing the YouTube special is almost like
Doing kind of a
right, but I still think your style would probably be very good for that. Like I think the people that like that would, because who's gonna like let you have carte blanche on some of these streaming services.
That's
the
my one
material
issue.
you wanna do. So
is
fuck it,
that
do it yourself.
Even the Degenerates, they took a joke out.
Did they?
Yeah.
What
So,
was it? Or what was the?
It was a school shooting joke.
Hell yeah.
And it was about I guess one of the shootings was on Ash Wednesday, and I said that's really sad because they had crosses on their head, so they just had, targets. And they took that out. They had a problem with it.
That's a shame.
They left all the other school shooting jokes in, though.
Oh, really? There was other shit?
They just took
but
that
was
out.
the one.
Yeah. They were like, that's
a
too
little
far.
funny.
Yeah. They're like, this is anti-Catholic. No go.
Yeah.
Hope's going to be mad about this one.
Well, working with
That's
them was
kinda crazy.
difficult because they really did want to take everything out. So I think it would be hard to do a special there. I don't know. I just think that their notes would be like out.
How much pushback do you have to give in something like that? Like, if you're like, no.
I asked
they have final say?
my manager, like, is it something I can fight for? And she was like, no.
No.
I was like, all right.
Yeah, there's no way they're giving up any sort of like control, right? It's like if it's going to air on our platform.
I think if you're like a big comic, you can do it. If you're Chappelle, right?
Like
but someone like me,
I mean,
like,
as
no.
we've seen, I'm sure they're like, he did another trans joke, guys, but we can't say anything,
right? Because we've already backed him.
Yeah,
so,
right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I hope you do it. I think that'll be very good for comedy. I think a lot of
I'm going to definitely put it out, but it might just be on like YouTube or something.
Yeah, that's the way to go. I mean, right now it's like get fucking 10 million views on YouTube, and
that's true.
That'll do more for you than this shitty appearance coming on this shit podcast.
Right now, this is it though. This is number one.
Well, hey, show business, kid. You're going places. All right, tell people where to find you.
I'm on tour, so just my website adrienneiapalucci.com, which is the worst name to look for.
So hard. It is so not easy. Like,
did you ever think about a stage name?
Yeah, you should have a stage name. That's
it's
just
too
like
late.
Palucci.
I'm like 19 years in. It's just too late now.
Yeah.
I thought about it.
There's not a lot of Adrians though.
I was like, I can't do Feidelberg.
Feidelberg's tough. I mean, that was. But that was
Adrian's
part of the
uncle's
game.
gonna kill me.
Yeah, Iapalucci, but with the I.
Everyone thinks it's an Al.
Yeah,
I know.
it is.
It's a terrible.
It's brutal.
I shared my grandmother.
Fuck that.
I shared my
Your
grandmother's
new white family?
Jewish name. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the Jewish name?
I don't know. Richards, I think.
Yeah, definitely go with that.
I'm not doing it. I'm too far in now.
It's never too late. Come on, we see
Never
people
too late
reinvent
for
themselves.
now.
Like it's no big deal.
No.
Yeah.
Two Chainz was once Titty Boy. He reinvented himself smack in the middle of a rap career and he blew up.
Was he really?
Yeah, Titty Boy.
I've heard Titty Boy before.
I like Titty Boy.
It's not
Titty
gonna
Boy
work,
too.
dude. Yeah, Titty Boy's amazing, but you can't slap that on the cover of a fucking album.
That's true.
So maybe Titty Girl.
City girl. Well, I'll think about it. I'll say that.
One
I
good
will think
idea.
about it.
All right, thank you for coming.
Thank you
Well,
so
thanks
much.
for having me.
Make sure you subscribe to KFC Radio on YouTube to get all the video content. Subscribe, comment, like, and make sure you turn on the bell notifications so you know whenever new video content drops.
I want to say something, but the video has to be fast, so that's it.